How was your day, honey?
It was fine, I guess.
Hazel, it's almost your birthday. What do you think you will ask for? Your dad and I want to make your 10th birthday extra special.
I don't know. I haven't thought much about my birthday. I've just been a little insecure lately about my eyes. Some boy in my class said,
Honey, you are beautiful. Don't listen to him.
"Why are my eyes like this?" The boy in my class called me a mutant.
Hazel, do you know what mutant means?
That I'm different and weird.
No. A mutation is a change in the DNA sequence of an organism, which is in this case you, and it can occur due to problems during DNA replication or if one is exposed to factors in the environment, including radiation and the sun. So it means that you're special, not weird. You have something called a point mutation that is a main factor that causes a different color in your eyes.
I've heard the doctor say that before, so I kind of understand it. Thanks, Mom.
Don't let anyone convince you that your eyes are anything less than perfect, sweetie.
Here's the diagram from the Dr. Hazel for reference to see the different mutations.
I have a great idea.
What do you have in mind?
You know how we've been tossing around the idea of getting a puppy?
Uh-oh.
I really think it would make a great birthday gift for Hazel.
Wow, I don't know, honey. Do you really think Hazel is ready for such a big responsibility?
I think a puppy is just what she needs to cheer her up, and Hazel would love to have another friend in her life, even if it's a puppy, since she's having such a hard time with her friends and peers at school.
I guess you're right. I think it would be the perfect thing for her first double-digit birthday.
Yay, we made it!
I wonder what breed we should get her. There is so many options.
Which breed are you looking for? Or is there anything specific you want to find?
Our daughter Hazel's been feeling insecure lately because she has two different colored eyes, but we tell her all the time it is nothing to be insecure about, so we want to surprise her with a puppy for her birthday to cheer her up. These dogs are very cute, but I haven't felt a special connection to any of them, and I want our daughter to get the perfect puppy.
Oh, I bet your daughter's beautiful. Wait, I think I have the perfect puppy who would love to meet Hazel. We do have a new puppy that was brought into the shelter late last night, but the particular dog is very unique and has a special condition.
Really, please give further details.
We were not able to determine why this dog has two different colored eyes or the condition and gene differentiation within this puppy that we have, named Blue.
We have a daughter with heterochromia iridis, and we would be happy to provide a potential diagnosis of Blue and explain the mutation, similar to how the doctors explained it to us.
That sounds great. I'm interested to know if this mutation is harmful to Blue and how it can affect the traits that people can visibly see.
Well, mutations can be beneficial, harmful, or have no effect on the person or animal. It all just depends on its impact on the protein function. And to answer your second question, heterochromia causing mutations mostly affect the observable trait by changing melanin distribution in the iris, which is what leads to the differences in eye color. This happens because the mutation affects genes which are involved in the melanin production. Observable changes include complete sectorial and central heterochromia.
That sounds great. Okay, I understand what a mutation is from school, but where do these genes you were talking about come into play?
This mutation affects the genes in the eye, primarily OCA2 and HERC2, which both influence the amount of melanin produced in the iris. Now, due to this mutation, a protein called a P protein is not able to be produced by the OCA2. This protein is what determines the eye color of the organism. Another very important thing to note is nitrogenous base pairing.
Nitrogenius? As in super duper smart?
Nitrogenous. Ha ha ha. No worries. Nitrogenous base pairing refers to the process where specific DNA or RNA bases pair with one another. In DNA, adenine and thymine are pairs, and guanine and cytosine are pairs. In RNA, adenine pairs with uracil instead of thymine. These connections occur due to the bases forming hydrogen bonds that keep them attached. The purpose of the matching is to ensure that genetic information is copied accurately when cells divide or proteins are made.
Here, let's pull up a diagram of transcription so it'll be easier to understand.
Transcription affected Blue's eye color due to gene expression and how it controls the production of melanin, which in his case, as well as our daughter's, is found in their color. Melanin is the pigment responsible for skin, hair, and eye color in organisms. Transcription begins with RNA polymerase bonding with the starting point known as the prompter. A prompter is the enzyme that performs a motion similar to unzipping the DNA. This is so that it can be read. The RNA polymerase travels down one strand of DNA, adding the correlated bases to form a strand of mRNA. Helicase, another enzyme, holds a role in this step by keeping the DNA open to allow the polymerase to work. When receiving a stop signal or arriving at a terminator sequence, the RNA polymerase will release its mRNA. The DNA will rejoin or zip up, and the mRNA leaves the nucleus to help make a protein in transcription.
Whoa. I'm having trouble understanding the process you just described.
No worries. Think of it as being in high school and copying down notes. When you read the presented information, whether it's a textbook or an electronic presentation, the original format presented is the DNA and you are the RNA polymerase that exactly copies the given information. Your sheet of notes acts as an mRNA that can be taken to study for a test that you would then apply your understanding and memorize information, similarly to how mRNA can be taken to different places in the cell for use.
I'm starting to understand. As a college student, I can relate to school scenarios. Haha.
For the next topic I'm going to explain, let's head over to the computer so I can show you a diagram of translation while I explain it. I'm so glad. Translation is the next factor of the mutated Blue and Hazel's genes. It can be explained as the process where ribosomes synthesize proteins based on the genetic code carried by the mRNA. During translation, changes in the nucleotide sequence can lead to the production of altered proteins, which could potentially affect biological functions, or in this case, physical traits like eye color. In Hazel and Blue situations, these genetic mutations may have caused a unique characteristic that make them look a little bit different from others.
Okay, but what are codons and anticodons?
Great question. Codons are sequences of three nucleotide bases in the mRNA that correlate to specific amino acids or signals to stop or start translation. Anticodons are complementary to the codons, three base sequences of the tRNA molecules that bind to the codons, making sure that the right amino acids are added to the protein chain. Oh, I almost forgot. The last type of RNA is ribosomal RNA, which is a big part of the structure and function of ribosomes because it helps with the facilitating the bonding of mRNA and tRNA. This process refers to mRNA to DNA because the DNA remains in the nucleus to prevent damage and to act as a genetic blueprint. mRNA also allows for multiple copies of gene instructions and increases the production of proteins without DNA intervention. Additionally, it leads to the formation of peptide bonds between the amino acids. I bet you're wondering, what are peptide bonds? Well, they are very important to proteins because, as I said before, they create chains of amino acids, which are called polypeptides. These polypeptides unfold into functional proteins. During translation, changes in the nucleotide sequence can lead to the production of altered proteins, which could potentially affect biological functions, or in this case, physical traits like eye color. In Hazel and Blue situations, these genetic mutations may have caused unique characteristics that make them look a bit different from others. Translation normally ends with stop codons.
Oh wow, I never knew so much went into the production of eye color. This is a lot of information to try to comprehend at once.
I have an idea to make it make sense. Do you have any younger siblings currently? I
Yes, I have a younger sister named Mia, but she's younger than your daughter Hazel.
Does Mia like crafts, like color by number sheets?
Of course, what little kid doesn't? Of course, what little
Well, when you hand your little sister a color by number sheet, the action of you giving the sheet is the DNA delivering mRNA. And in this analogy, the mRNA is the paper. Your sister is the ribosome, so she reads each color carefully to make sure she makes no mistakes when creating her art. Her markers are the tRNA molecules and are labeled with the color that it draws, and in this case, the colors are the amino acids. Normally, if there are two identical shapes on the sheets, they will be colored the same. But if the instructions tell you otherwise, similarly to a mutation, if Mia follows the instructions perfectly, she will see a difference in the color amongst her shapes. Yes, as we've been ensuring Hazel, her genetic mutation makes her special, as it is very rare. Yes, as we've been ensuring Hazel, her genetic mutation.
Now, I've heard that conditions like this involve something called a point mutation, but I'm not entirely sure what that is.
The most common type of point mutation that is involved in heterochromia is a substitution mutation. The most common type of point mutation that is involved in
What does that mean? What does that mean?
This means that a single nucleotide change has an effect on the gene expression or protein function. In this case, these mutations influence the production of melanin in the iris, which is what led to the formation of the heterochromia.
Wow, this has been so informative. Thank you so much. I will be sure to share this with my coworkers.
Blue, are you so excited to surprise Hazel? She will be so happy to meet you.
Yes, I have a feeling you two will become best friends in no time at all.
We're home, Hazel. Come downstairs.
Okay, I'm coming.
Surprise! Happy birthday, sweetheart!
Oh my gosh, a puppy? How adorable. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad.